Hey my lovely YouTubers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is me, your girl Morgan Tracy J, coming today with another morning coffee, guys. I'm so excited you guys are here. Today's video is actually all about cutting out comparison in your life, boo. I'm gonna give you the real, the raw, the truth about me personally dealing with comparison, some signs you're dealing with comparisons, and then also how you can beat those things. But before we get into the video, make sure you are subscribed and you turn on that notification bell, boo. And also, if you have been here for a while and this video blesses you, make sure you share it with one of your girlfriends. All right, guys, it looks like we are now ready to get into this video, and I want to show you how to cut out comparisons. But first thing, you have to realize you're even comparing, because sometimes comparison can seem so simple, like your everyday life, due to social media, due to seeing all these other people all the time. Sometimes you don't even realize you're stuck in comparison. Now, the first obvious sign is you're scrolling through Instagram, you see somebody else, and you're like, what? Like, oh wow, like, her life compared to mine don't look like anything. Or look at her, like her wardrobe compared to mine don't look like anything. Whatever it may be, her marriage compared to mine don't look like. Those are the first few signs. But I want to show you some other signs that come in it, that it's like the culprit, it's like the underlining, it's like how you're getting deeper and deeper into the pit of comparison, okay? And another way is it steals your joy. It makes you just not be joyous about your life. When you find yourself constantly comparing yourself to someone and falling short over and over, it takes away the joy of the current season you're in. So that's a big sign. If you do not have joy, if you're not happy for where you're at in your life, if you can't see the beautiful blessings around you, then guess what? You're probably allowing the comparison to steal your joy. Another thing is, and this is personally from me, I would feel like God loved me less because he was blessing them and allowing their channels to flourish and their life to flourish and them to get married and them to have the child, but not me. Okay, so I would feel at times that God loved me less. I would truly think that God does not love me like he loves them. God does not love me like he loves her, how he showers her with blessings, but he doesn't do that to me. And truth of the matter is, it tells us that God is not a favorite he has no favorites, okay? God is not a favorite type of God. He loves all his children. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you just dibble-dabbled in, God loves you. And that's period. That's just what it is. And so we can get in the mindset believing that God does not love us like he loves that other person that's soaring in their life. We can truly feel that way. And also, next thing, we can get into a very detrimental mindset that says nothing good ever happens to me. I have been there when I felt like I was stuck. God left me. I was stranded. And I felt like nothing good happens to me. All God does is take away, but he never replenishes. That was a mindset I truly had and I believed. And so that can be very detrimental to moving forward into your purpose, moving forward into the blessings of God, because you believe that nothing good happens to you. So that's getting further and further into the pit of comparison. And another one that I know I've said so many times before to God: what is wrong with me? Why can't I get it right? Comparing myself to someone else and seeing me falling short over and over, I would say that to God. God, what is wrong with me? Why can't I do that? What's wrong with me? What's holding me back? What is wrong with your daughter? What is so wrong with me that I can't figure out? Why do I not live like that? Why do I not have those things? These are the exact things I would say. And so when you get deeper into the pit of comparison, next thing you start thinking is, what is wrong with me? Not what is right with me. Not what have I done good? What has blessed me? What has got me on a closer journey with God? You're thinking everything that is wrong with you. So if you notice that some of these things are you and you've said to yourself, maybe recently, maybe in the last month, then I want to give you some tips on how to come out of the comparison game. Because honestly, guys, social media and probably just seeing things online can really pull us into comparing ourselves. Here recently, I was struggling because I seen this other YouTuber, and they were a couple YouTuber, and they were just soaring, and I loved their couple videos, and I kept thinking, God, what is wrong with me? Why am I not a couple? And I began to compare myself to these people. I began to compare my numbers, my bank account, everything to these people. And guess what? Before I knew, my joy was stolen. Before I knew, I was feeling like God doesn't love me quite like he's supposed to, or like he says he does. You know, what have I done wrong? What's wrong with me? And why is nothing good working? See, these are the mindsets I was quickly drawn back into. So now I want to give you tips on how to come out of it. First key is you have to realize that you are on your own personal path. I know today, if God would have given me what he has given me today, the years ago when I truly wanted it, I would not have been able to hold the blessing. You see, we see it with the prodigal son. He asked his dad for all his inheritance, and when he got it, he ran and threw it away to prostitutes and was partying in the Bible, right? See, he was not ready to hold the blessing. It was too heavy. It was too much responsibility. And now today at 27 years old, I'm grateful for this blessing because I have the wisdom, I have the maturity to hold what God has given me, right? And so I want you to realize that, understand that you're on your own personal path because God knows what's going to bless you and what's going to bring you down. He's going to know what's going to overwhelm you or what's going to break you, right? And he's like, oh, okay, she's not quite ready for that, but she's ready for this. You have to realize that you are on your own personal path that God has specifically created just for you based off your own personality, your own desires, your own likes. He knows if he gave you one particular job, it might have burnt you out early on and you would not have the presence and you would not have the energy to go forward into your purpose. So he's not going to give you that one. He's going to give you something else that's not going to burn you out. That's not going to make you hard-hearted, right? See, God knows what he's doing. And so I think we have to first realize that we're on our own specific path. The next thing is we have to have patience towards whatever area we're headed to. So we have to have patience and understand that this is not an overnight process, not an overnight success, not an overnight moment. Things are just going to bam, but it's an everyday decision. And I think that's what patience comes in. So example, if you begin to compare yourself to somebody, but you realize that person maybe been working towards that thing for 15 years, right? She might have been a hairstylist for 16 years and you're coming in for year 2 and you're wondering why you're not growing like that. But she's been working on her craft. She's been building. She's been patient. She's been learning. And so I would encourage you to right now, in whatever season you're in, have patience to work towards the thing you're seeking, work towards the dream, whatever God has put in your heart. Have patience to work towards that because you never want to compare your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 30. I know we've heard that a lot, but really, sometimes people compare their lives to me. Sometimes people compare their lives to other people. I do it. And I realize, oh, they've been doing this in the making. Oh, Priscilla Shire knows the word so deep because she's been walking that for a long time, Morgan. So it's okay not to compare yourself to her, okay? You're going to fall short right now because you're still growing in it, right? So there's the things right now, like I compare myself to people and I can feel like inferior, like I'm not good, you know? And so those are just some ideas, okay? The next thing is when you're on your personal journey, be sure to open your eyes and see the signs of growth. We all are growing regardless if we believe it or not. So you want to be willing to see the areas of growth. Maybe the area where you didn't go out and drink that one night, or the area where you decided to stay home because you wanted to work on your vision, right? Or an area where you decided to not get all riled up and you dealt with your frustration within yourself and you worked it out within yourself. Maybe an area where you notice you're not judging anymore as much and you're actually having compassion towards people. Be willing to see the growth within yourself, because when you can see that growth, then that can give you more energy, that can give you more inspiration to continue to grow. But if you're comparing yourself to other people, you limit your growth. You keep yourself here and you make yourself feel like something is off and you're not growing when truly you are. You may be growing internally first. I know years before I could even do what I'm doing on YouTube now and talk about a lot of this stuff, I was growing internally first. So my YouTube channel was literally not growing at all. But internally I was growing because I was dealing with things. I was realizing certain growth in myself. And so be willing to pay attention to that growth. The next thing is there's only one person you should truly compare yourself to, and that is yourself. Okay? And I think truly sometimes we can try to think like, well, I can compare myself to other people who's in the same niche as me or the same area as me. But that's still detrimental because we are not supposed to compare ourselves to anybody. We are God's child. We are specifically his. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure we are working on the path that God has for us. So example, if I compare myself to someone else, they don't have the same ideas, they don't have the same vision, and they don't have the same purpose or calling as I do. So there's no reason for me to compare to them. But if I compare myself to what God has told me, to what God has put upon me, with the responsibilities that God has placed before me, if I compare myself to myself, then guess what? I will know if I'm hitting the targets or if I'm not. I will know if I had a great day or if I had a lazy day. I will know if I've been working towards my calling in his grace or working towards it in my own strength. I will know that comparing myself to myself. So truly, I watch my own videos. I compare myself to myself all the time, okay? And so that's what I would encourage you to do, is compare yourself to yourself. And last but not least, this is a quote from J. Cole. He sung it in a song one time and I heard it and he says, "There's nobody's life that is better than yours. There's nobody's life that's better than yours." This is a quote by J. Cole. And honestly, I think he has realized something that many times we believe that somebody's life is better than ours. Oh, their marriage is better than ours. Oh, their house is better than ours. Their car is better than ours. Their money is bigger than ours. Their beauty, their body is better than ours. We believe that. And we believe their life is better than ours. But I want to tell you, like his quote, there is nobody's life that is better than yours. There's nobody's life that's perfect. Like when you are living in who you are creating your life. You're creating this thing. And so you got to get to a place where you realize there is no one's life that is better than yours. So when your mind begins to tell you that her life is better, that their life is better, stop it right there and say, "No, God, my life right now, my life right here is good. I just have to see it that way." And I want to tell you, comparison can become a pit and it can steal a lot of things from you. But if you decide to get up from that place and you say, "There is no life that is better than mine, and I'm going to live this life out the way God has called me to live it out. I'm going to pursue my dreams. I'm going to go after whatever he has called me to leap out on faith in and believe him. I am going to go on that adventure with God because there is no life that is better than mine." Well, ladies, I hope this video blessed you and encouraged you for this Monday morning coffee. Last but not least, if there was any great takeaways you took from this, drop it down in the comments below and let it inspire somebody else. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Love you.